Namaskar. In today's presentation, we'll be talking about the penicillin production at the industrial level. Drugs, yes, of course, every human being is aware of the drug in one or the other way he is using in order to cure the illness or for the purpose of the disinfections. So, drugs are basically synthetic drugs and antibiotics. These are two different drugs, wherein synthetic drugs are synthesized in the laboratory by using several chemical procedures, and these are non-antibiotic antibacterials having the groups sulfonamides and antiseptics. Antibiotics, these are produced by bacteria and fungal organisms, and these are also used in treatment of wide range of bacterial infections in major food industries, in medicine, agriculture, and also scientific researches. But these two group of drugs, synthetic drugs and antibiotics, have the same goal, that is killing or preventing the growth of microorganisms. So when we talk about the antibiotics, the first thing that comes to everybody's mind is penicillin. Yes, penicillin was discovered by Alexander Fleming in the 1928. Other species which produce the antibiotics are Streptomyces, Cephalosporium, Mycomonospora, and Bacillus. The raw materials used for the production of penicillin or any antibiotics are carbon source, nitrogen source, trace elements and minor elements, and also antifoaming agents. So carbon sources like molasses or soy meal, both of which are made up of lactose and glucose sugar, are used as a substrate, along with the nitrogen source in the form of ammonia salt are required, and the trace elements like phosphorus, sulfur, magnesium, zinc, iron, copper are also required for the fermentation process or the growth of the organism, and the foam is produced during the process of fermentation. So to prevent this foaming, the anti-foaming agents like lard oil, octadecanol, and silicones are also added. Just briefly, it is a fermentation tank, this is a media, this is a inlet of steam or cold water control temperature, and this is the outlet after fermentation, and through this inlet air, fresh sterile air is passed in this penicillium culture, wherein carbon sources, nitrogen sources, trace elements and anti-foaming agents are added along with the sugar. Here it will be the knob wherein stirrer also will be there in order to ensure the uniform distribution of the penicillium, and through this inlet the steam or cold water is released. It is added from this inlet, and through this is outlet for steam or cold water. And in between the bubbles, this provide oxygen and mix the nutrients and penicillin together. This air supply provides the bubbles. So due to the formation of the bubbles, this nutrients and the penicillin are mixed together. And this is the harvesting knob in which the penicillin produced in this broth is collected for further processes. These are the four processes in the production of penicillin. First is isolation of potential microbes. Second is fermentation. Third is extraction and purification. So isolation is done at the laboratory level, which is grown in the broth in the conical flask, and this broth acts as a starting culture. This broth is added into the fermentation, and this fermentation tank, all other carbon sources, nitrogen sources, trace elements and anti-foaming agents are added, and proper pH, temperature and moisture are monitored timely, followed by the extraction process. This is extraction is done by centrifugation, filtration, ultrafiltration, precipitation, and after precipitation it is filtered, and the filtrate which is got, it is concentrated by ultrafiltration, and finally it is subjected for purification by using the chromatography technique. This is the outline of various processes in production of penicillin. Starter cultures are usually obtained from the sample which are previously isolated, and they are stored in cold storage. Usually in the laboratory, what happens, the desired antibiotic producing organisms are isolated and the numbers are increased by many times. So This starter culture will be maintained in the broth in conical flask. So this starter culture is added in seed tanks which are made up of steel tanks. In this steel tanks, warm water, carbohydrate, fruits like lactose and glucose sugars are added along with carbon sources, acetic acid, alcohols or hydrocarbons are added, and ammonia salts are added as a nitrogen source along with minor nutrients. This is allowed for 28 to 50 hours in the seed tanks. So after that, at the end of 50th hour, the material in the seed tank is transferred into the primary fermentation tank. Next step is fermentation. So fermentation is done in fermenters, which are the big steel containers having the capacity of storing 1 lakh to 1 lakh 50,000 liters or even more. So in these fermentation tanks, the growth media from the seed tank is transferred. So once it is transferred, the microbes grow and they start to multiply. During this period, microbes produce large amount of desired antibiotics. Temperature should be cooled, and the range of temperature is usually from 23 to 27 degree centigrade. During the process of fermentation, there is a constant agitation and also a continuous stream of sterilized air is pumped into. So when these sterilized air is pumped into, bubbles are formed. So along with this, foams are also formed. To avoid this formation of the foams, anti-foaming agents are periodically added. pH is also controlled by adding acids or bases periodically, and there should be also a close monitoring of oxygen concentration, temperature and nutrient levels, and also these should be adjusted if needed. These are the steel fermenters, and this is the diagram or interior diagram of aerobic fermenter, internal view. So this is complete. Body is made up of steel, and this is the outer jacket that is called cooling jacket. This cooling jacket at one end will be having a inlet wherein cooling water is passed, and on the other side it will be having the outlet wherein cooling water is released out. And it will be having the baffles both the sides, and this is a stirrer, and this stirrer is monitored or controlled by the motor, and these are impellers. These stirrer are usually used before the fermentation starts. The stirrer is done in order to ensure the uniform distribution of the inoculum and the proper mixing up of the inoculum with the other nutrients. So on the top of the fermenter, there is steam inlet, and there is a pH controller also, and through which a pH can be controlled, and whatever the gases are formed during the process of fermentation, these are all released through the outlet called the exhaust filter, to which filter is attached. So in this fermentation tank, the growth media, carbon sources, nutrient medias, trace elements, minor elements, and anti-foaming agents are added and stirred for some time, and stirring is stopped before fermentation process starts. So at the bottom of this fermenter you can see the outlet through which this fermented fluid can be collected, and there is on the other side at the bottom of the fermenter there is a inlet for passage of the sterile cool air. So once this cool air is passed, the spraggers are formed. The spraggers are high pressure airs. So the spraggers form the bubbles. These bubbles enables for the proper mixing up of the penicillium and the nutrient present in this fermentation media. Third process is isolation and purification. So this isolation of the antibiotics is the process starts after 3 to 6 days of the fermentation. So this isolation, depending upon the specific antibiotic produced, the fermentation broth is processed by various purification methods. So the type of antibiotic produced at the end of the fermentation, so based on this specific antibiotic type, the fermentation broth is processed by various purification processes, by various chromatography processes. For example, If antibiotic compounds produced are water soluble, then an ion exchange method is followed for purification. So what happens in this ion exchange method? The compound is first separated, that is filtered by first it is centrifuged, then it is filtered. So this, by doing this filtration, waste organic materials are separated and a supernatant is formed in the broth, and then this supernatant is sent through equipment, that is ion exchange chromatography. So this process separates other water soluble compounds from the desired antibiotic. And again, another example, if the antibiotic is soluble in organic solvents, so this can be purified by chromatography techniques also. Otherwise, it must be first removed by ion exchange, adsorption method, or can be subjected for chemical precipitation and then filtered, and then finally the crude antibiotic is procured. If the antibiotic produced is oil soluble one, so such antibiotics such as penicillin, so it is a penicillin is isolated by solvent extraction method, and in this method the broth is treated with organic solvents such as butyl acetate or methyl isobutyl ketone, so which are specifically dissolved antibiotic. These two things dissolve the penicillin. Penicillin is a oil soluble antibiotic. So after dissolution, antibiotic is then recovered by using various organic chemical means. Fourth step is, after purification, a refining process is done. So final purified form of antibiotics may be in several forms. It may be in solution form or it may be in powder form. If it is in a solution form, that is used for intravenous bags, or it is used in syringes, or it is added in pills, or it is formed in a form of gel capsule, or if the final product or the final antibiotic is procured in the form of powders, these are incorporated into topical ointments such as skin treatments or any antibiotic ointments. So based on the final form, a refining process is initiated. So for the intravenous bags, that is, if the final product is in the form of solution, for intravenous bags, the crystalline antibiotic is dissolved in the solution, then they are put in the bag, which is then hermetically sealed, that is airtight, sealing of the airtight is done here. And for the gel capsules, the powdered antibiotic is physically filled into the bottom half of the capsule, and then the top half is mechanically put in place. So in type of powders, when it is used in topical ointments, the antibiotic is mixed with into the ointment. Finally, the final product is sent to the packing solutions, where products are stacked and put into boxes and distributed. This is overall diagrammatic representation of production of penicillin. So initially I told you this is a starter culture. So this is isolated Penicillium chrysogenum species, which is one of the potential organism for the production of penicillin. This is grown as a pure culture on the slants, and this inoculum is transferred into the broth and shaped at a time interval, and this acts as a starter culture. This starter culture is transferred into the seed tank. So in this seed tank, as already told, nitrogen sources, carbon sources, and other things are also added. After at the end of 50th hour, this complete fermentation, this media from the seed tank is transferred into the fermentation tank. In this fermentation tank, again proper temperature, pH is maintained, and also other carbon sources are added. Sterile air is passed, and it is cool temperature is passed, and anti-foaming agents are formed. And once it has this fermentation or the production of penicillin totally takes maximum days of 5 to 6 days. So at the end of the 6th day or the 5th day, this fermentation media is collected, and that is subjected for filtration. So this is filtered, and again the supernatant is taken, again it is second time filter. So this extract is now now it is extracted. This extracted antibiotic or the penicillin is in the raw form or the crude form. So this crude should be purified. Now this is purified either by purification column, that is by chromatography method, and once this liquid is got from this chromatography, that is a second extractor, and this is again filtered, and that is called the third extractor, and this is vacuum dried and transferred into the ceramic filter. There it is filtered, and after filtration the crystals are formed. These crystals are washed in order to remove the impurities. These crystals are again filtered through the ceramic filter, again vacuum dried, and finally there is a procure of potassium penicillin G recovery, that will be in the form of crystals. This is overall process of industrial production of penicillin. So this is the list, a very few selected antibiotics and organisms of which they are from which they are produced or isolated, and the activity I have tried to mention here. Erythromycin A is isolated from Saccharopolyspora erythrea, and tetracycline is isolated from Streptomyces rhinosus. Vancomycin is produced by Amylocolaptopsis orientalis, and streptomycin is produced by Streptomyces griseus, and all these antibiotics are used as antibacterials. And amphotericin B is used as antifungal, which is produced by Streptomyces nodosus. Bleomycin is produced by Streptoalothecus hindustanus and Streptomyces verticillus, which are used as anti-cancer and anti-tumors. And also daunorubicin is produced by Streptomyces fusitus, which is also used as anti-cancer and anti-tumor antibiotic. Another antibiotic, rapamycin, is produced by Streptomyces rapamycinus and Streptomyces iranensis and actinoplanes species, and these are having immunosuppressant and anti-inflammatory properties. Thank you all for watching. See you in the next video lesson. Bye.